What's going on? My name is David. Thank you for joining me. It's Monday, January 16th, and we have the final game of Wild Card Weekend. We have the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Raymond James Stadium. So, we got quite a few props that are quite enticing on here, and I believe that I have quite a few ways to get exposure to some of these players that you don't necessarily want to take their immediate line, like you would think Tom Brady passing yards. So we're going to go a different direction, and we're going to hop right into that, and then we'll go over to Fantasy Cruncher, and I'll build a few lineups, give you guys something to chew on to take into tonight when you're building your stuff for DraftKings. All right? So let's get right into this. We have Tom Brady. All right. 28.5 pass completions. He's done it in 4 of his last 5 games, but more importantly, he's done it in 11 games this season. And last week, they already clinched the spot and clinched the division, so there was no need to play their starters all game. We believe Tom Brady will go over this 28.5, and be it by land or by sea, because if they shut him down in the immediate secondary, the tight ends maybe see less work, and we see more dump-off passes to Fournette in the backfield. If they shut him down deep, then we might see a lot more over the immediate secondary. But with Micah Parsons, I don't believe that's really going to happen. I think there's going to be a couple long balls and a lot of little passes, which adds up. And they get completed a lot more often when they're 3 feet from each other, him and his running back. So mainly Fournette, and that will lead us right in to our next prop, which is Leonard Fournette over rushing plus receiving yards. It's set at 69.5. If we look at this again, he's gone over it in 2 of his last 5 games. However, like we stated last week, did not matter for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They had already clinched their spot. So Leonard Fournette, I don't even believe he played but a couple snaps. So moving right into this next prop, we just think that's such an easy number for him to hit. He could do it in one play. You know, he's playoff Lenny. So, moving into our third prop, we have Ezekiel Elliott. 0.5 pass plus rush plus receiving touchdowns. There seems to be this huge discrepancy on where these backs have their play. You know, when Ezekiel Elliott was hurt, Tony Pollard became a shining star as a rookie and has solidified his spot as the number 1 go-to back. But we still see it ever since Ezekiel Elliott has come back from injury, that he still is that red zone back. Now, I'm not saying every single one will go to him in the red zone, and not every single one will go to Pollard when they're marching the ball down the field. But this prop for him has a lot more of a realistic chance at hitting, I think, than a Pollard, or throwing the dice between a Fournette and a White. Tom Brady loves to throw the ball. He loves to throw the ball in the red zone to his tight ends, to Mike Evans, to the corner. And he loves to throw it in the middle as well. And some of these running backs will come into play. But I just feel very comfortable with the Ezekiel Elliott pass plus rush plus receiving touchdowns at 0.5. We think he's going to get in the box. Even if Pollard gets the majority of the work, that red zone work is going to go to Ezekiel Elliott. So I will not be cheering when he gets a touchdown. I will just be cheering for the prop and hoping Tom Brady gets right back on it. So being a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan since birth. Now, another way, like we said, we know, I don't think there's confusion. Tony Pollard, they did not want to hurt him because he's shown his spot on this team and this roster last week. So they opted not to play him, or play him very, very minimally. I think he had 7 yards. So Mr. Tony Pollard, his prop is at 11.5 rush attempts. And this goes back to it, like we were saying, that they're going to give him all of the rush attempts, and then they get the ball down there, and they're going to give it to Zeke to get it in. So I think that Tony Pollard sees more than 11.5 rush attempts. If we look, he was injured in this first game, came back. I think Zeke got the majority of the work right there. And again, we talked about what happened last week. They opted not to play Mr. Tony Pollard for extensive minutes. So this is another one I threw in here for you for a 6. I think that Leonard Fournette, I'm almost more confident in this prop than in his rushing receiving prop, which I'm also very confident in, and that's Leonard Fournette over 4 receptions. So you can mix and match that in your card if you'd like. You're going to have to switch it out, though, because you cannot choose the same player twice to put a prop in on Prizepicks. So last and final prop, CeeDee Lamb plus Cade Otton, rush plus receiving touchdowns. I love it. I love it. I love it. Cade Otton arguably could be out there for 100% of the snaps today, unless the game gets lopsided in either direction. So we believe that he's got a great chance on his own to get that prop. And then you throw CeeDee Lamb. They get one good play. Could be the first play of the game from scrimmage to get this prop and knock it out. So we love this prop. We love the combo. And we're going to go ahead and take the over on that. Alrighty. So let's hop over to Fantasy Cruncher, and we'll get you guys squared away and have something to look at going into tonight's slate, because there's $1 million to first over there on DraftKings. $20 to enter, $1 million to first. Throw a lottery pick in if you have it. Also, I just want to go ahead and say that don't be gambling with things that you don't have the ability to lose. Play within your means. Track your bets. So let's get into Fantasy Cruncher. Is going on. All right, guys. So we're here in Fantasy Cruncher. We have everything pulled up. And as far as setting Fantasy Cruncher up, if you're not familiar with an optimizer, we'll go into all that. I'm going to have a Patreon starting very soon, and I'm going to have a premium subscription. And I'm going to do tutorials where I set my exposures, where I get my projections from, where I put my projections into the projections I compare, everything that it takes, unique players, everything it takes to set up an optimizer, which I know for somebody that's just getting into this is overwhelming looking, and they don't have any idea what they're looking at. But if you play DraftKings, and you can see that these are our lineup spots right here. So actually just taking Fantasy Cruncher and putting in its stock projections that is given without me putting my exposures and my projections and uploading my information into the optimizer, it spits us out this, which is extremely low scoring, actually, and surprising. So if we think about, and it looks like my light has just died, but I think we're okay to go ahead and finish here, guys. We're just going to do it in the dark, wrap it up like this. Here's a couple lineups. If you remember yesterday, it was 150 points that we had in our optimal that it crunched out for us. Today, it's 109. There's a total. The total is set at 45 for this game. And Tampa Bay getting 21 and Dallas getting 24 projected points in tonight's game. So who knows? These are ugly looking. So we'll get in here. We'll upload our exposures. Like I said, if you guys want to take part in that, we're going to be starting the Patreon, and we're going to have a premium subscription where I'm going to go through all this, do tutorials, and do all these things. I will do basic ones, and I'll put them on YouTube on the free channel. When we get moving a little further and we start getting some traction here, then we'll figure out what we're going to put on the premium subscriptions and what's going to be on the free YouTube channel. So please like the video. Please subscribe to my channel. Put the notification bell on YouTube so you get notified when we go live, and we have all of these props that come out every single morning for you. I hope you guys win some money tonight. Take this for what it is and realize that this is just what the optimizer is putting out. So there is nothing that I've done to change this at all. It's just what it's projecting in itself through Fantasy Cruncher projections. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like it. Please subscribe, and let's win some money. All right, let's go Bucks. And yeah, I'll be fine winning $1 million tonight on DraftKings if the Bucks lose. However, I would like the Bucks to win and win $1 million. So maybe we can do that. Wouldn't that be nice to come on the stream tomorrow and say that? All right, guys. Have a great night.